Let's talk politics.
Yeah,
We're talking about we've been talking about enemies, both foreign and domestic, and we have this story. Donald Trump tells Glenn Beck, "You have no choice. He will absolutely lock people up if returned to the White House." He didn't say it with much enthusiasm, but here's the clip for all of you. And
lock her up. And then when you became president, you said, we don't do that in America. That's just not the right thing to do. That's what they're doing. Do you regret not locking her up? And if you're president again, will you lock people up?
Well, I'll give you an example. The answer is you have no choice because they're doing it to us. I always had such great respect for the office of the president, the presidency, but the office of the president. And I never hit Biden as hard as I could have. And then I heard he was trying to indict me, and it was him that was doing it. You know, I don't think he's sharp enough to think about much, but he was there, and he was probably the one giving the other.
Even Glenn Beck's laughing.
He was, hard to believe that he even thinks about that because he's gone. But then I said, well, they're actually trying to indict me because every one of these indictments is him, including Bragg. Bragg put his. He put his.
So we get it. He says he's going to lock people up. What I want to add to this is Rachel Maddow recently said that Donald Trump is only running because he wants to solve his legal problems. But that's actually Joe Biden.
Right.
And now that Joe Biden is president, he's probably saying, all I can do is either win re-election or lock Trump up. But if Trump wins, I'm going down. And of course, you have to accuse your opponents of doing what you, in fact, are doing. So Rachel Maddow comes out, blames Trump, says he wants to be president for life. I guess the question is, one, do you really think Trump will do this? And then after we answer that, my question for you, Joshua, is are you also going to lock people up?
I definitely want to investigate the COVID regime and
Fauci,
Fauci, Safer, any governors that
yes.
lock.
Who's
yes.
safer? Because
yes,
I feel like saying just the COVID regime doesn't go far enough.
Yes.
Go far enough. Oh,
Not
Phil's
nearly far.
There's definitely people that need to be locked up.
Don't let them turn you to the dark side.
Yes. No, they won't.
No, the light is trying to save.
There is
and get rid of
nothing.
these criminals.
There is nothing
Divine fire.
There is nothing illiberal about enforcing the law.
That's
it depends on the law.
Yeah, it depends on the law for sure.
No, because if you have a liberal society, especially a society like ours that protects the people, protects rights, your laws should not be violating people's rights, not without due process. So if you've got someone that has been using the government, the federal government, to enrich their own family, there's nothing immoral about enforcing the law or investigating it. Earlier today, I tweeted, there's currently a mountain of circumstantial evidence Joe Biden is engaged in pay for influence in Ukraine via his son. The president of the United States, Donald Trump, was impeached by the Democrats for investigating this. That's actually what happened. There is no reason why we shouldn't investigate the entire Biden administration, the whole administration, his family. All of his business associates.
They know it.
Who's gonna force that investigation though?
Well, I mean, I'm saying that would be if Trump were to be elected.
Here's the big question: do you actually think Trump is going to do anything?
It's not. I don't think it's a matter of whether or not Trump will want to. I think it's a matter of whether Trump will be able to successfully execute, because it's a matter of, can he find people in government that are, or that could fulfill the roles, that are competent, that will be able to get into positions in the bureaucracy and actually investigate and prosecute. Will they be able, because that they're going to be people in FBI and CIA and stuff like that are going to be doing all they can to hide stuff. So it's a matter of, will he be able to get people that are effective? Will he want to? I think he'll want to. Will he execute? Who knows?
This is we just heard that Enrique Tarrio's sentencing was delayed because the judge fell ill. It was an emergency. And they're trying to lock up Enrique and other members of the Proud Boys for 33 years.
Ridiculous.
Donald Trump gets elected. These men are pardoned. They're
should be.
I believe Trump pardons them.
Everybody on January 6th, even the people that were getting into fights with cops, they've already done their time. They've already done enough time.
Now consider this.
Let them go.
If we are talking about civil war, everybody drink.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
You have these individuals being accused and convicted of seditious conspiracy. Quite literally, they were accused of a plot to overthrow the United States in support of Donald Trump. The argument being brought forward by the Democrats is that Trump was their leader who actually wanted them and encouraged them to do this. If Trump gets elected, How will the view of the left not be Donald Trump succeeded in overthrowing the United States government?
That will be the narrative. It will be shoved down people's throat, and every single wine mom is going to buy it.
So how could any of these liberals or leftists argue we are not in a civil war if they believe that Proud Boys were engaged in a seditious conspiracy at the direction of Donald Trump to overthrow the United States, and Donald Trump still has a path to gain power? In fact, they believe he currently is likely to win.
I think that will be the narrative.